In today's video, I'm giving you guys 30 YouTube tips to help you rapidly grow your channel and get more views. And these tips I'm giving you, I actually use on my own channel, and as a result, I'm getting over 5,000 subscribers a month and over 460,000 views. So if you're serious about growing your channel, buckle in, get ready. Here are those 30 YouTube tips. Tip number one, and this is by far the most important tip. If you don't watch the rest of the video, at least take away this one tip, is that you need to be creating content people are searching for. There are so many channels that I've seen who are just uploading videos but are not actually researching to see what people are searching for on YouTube. Let me show you real quick how to do this. You're going to go to your YouTube account, you're going to turn on incognito mode. You're then going to search your topic idea within your niche into the search bar. Once you do this, click on one of the top videos, and what you want to look for is the view count versus the subscriber count. And as you can see, for this search term, this guy's got 414,000 views, but he only has 4,000 subscribers. This is clear proof that this is a highly searched term with little competition, and this is the perfect place to go in and create a video. People are always looking for tutorials, so as long as you research tutorials within your niche, make sure people are searching for them, you can create those tutorials and people will find your channel. Tip number two is that if you don't want to do tutorial content, you need to create something unique and different. Mr. Beast is a perfect example of this. He started out his channel watching like videos for 24 hours straight, saying someone's name 100,000 times, etc. So if you're not going to make searchable content, your content needs to stand out and be unique so people watch your content through till the end and are interested, which will then prompt YouTube to share it with more people. Tip number three is that you need to create 5 different thumbnails for one video. And you may be thinking, Colin, that's crazy. I don't have enough time to create 5 different thumbnails. Well, if you want your videos to get clicked on, you need to have the best thumbnail possible. And one of the best ways to do that is make 5 different types of thumbnails. So that way you have a bunch of variety to pick from. And giving yourself the time to create 5 different ones, your first one, may be all right, but maybe your fourth one will be amazing. You'll be like, wow, this fourth one is way better than the first one I created. And pretty much at the end of the day, you need to spend more time working on that thumbnail than the video, because if no one clicks on the video, it doesn't matter because no one's going to see that amazing video that you've created. Tip number 4 is that you need to be making your thumbnails clean and simple. Most of the time, people are watching YouTube on their phones, and if you have just too much text and there's just too much going on in the photo, they're just going to scroll right past it. So you need to make sure it's simple, it's clean, and it clearly describes either what the video is about or shows an interesting part of the video that'll make them want to click. Which brings me to tip number 5, which is to show the action and the story within the thumbnail. A great example of this is Dream's thumbnails for his Manhunt series, because you can clearly see the story of people hunting him down as he's hiding underneath the ground in Minecraft. So make your story very clear, very obvious, so it's easy for the viewer to see what's going on in there, to spark interest and curiosity to make them click. Tip number 6 is to Google how to write headlines, copywriting, and read at least 3 blog posts. And you may be thinking that's kind of weird to do, but here's why it's really important. Other than your thumbnail, it's going to be the title that's going to get someone to click. And if you can learn how to write enticing headlines that interest people, that catches people's attention, you're going to get a lot more people clicking on your video, which is going to increase your views. So taking some time to research how to write headlines and how to write good copy is going to help your videos tremendously and help you get more views. Tip number 7 is to Google the B2C pyramid, or the business to consumer pyramid. Basically, what this B2C pyramid is all the ways you can provide value to the consumer or to the person watching your videos. For example, if you make a tutorial, you're providing the person value because you're simplifying the information, you're saving them time, you're reducing anxiety. it informs people, it helps them avoid hassle. There are so many different ways you can provide value for the people watching your videos. And if you make that obvious in your headlines and in your thumbnails that this is how I'm going to provide you value, I'm going to help you save time, I'm going to simplify something for you, I'm going to help remove anxiety from you by showing you how to do this, by catering to those values, you're going to attract more people to your videos. Tip number 8 is that you need to hook your viewer in the first 10 seconds or less, because people's attention span doesn't last forever, so you need to hook them early on so they stay watching the video. Mr. Beast is another great example of this. In the first 10 to 30 seconds, he's going over all the details of the video, he's trying to build anticipation and interest, and gets energized and just goes into it. If your videos start off boring or quiet, or you just don't get to the point real quick, people are going to click off real fast. So make sure you tell them or show them why they need to keep watching this video all the way through till the end. Tip number 9 is to create and share your value statement in every video. Think of your value statement as why people would be interested in subscribing to your channel. For example, mine is, I show you how to make videos on your smartphone so you can grow an audience, help others, and make money doing what you love. So the reason someone would subscribe is because they're interested in learning how to film on their smartphone, they're interested in making money doing what they love, and by letting people know that your channel is dedicated to this one mission, this one goal, providing this value to them, they'll be like, oh, this channel's all about this and I want to learn about this, I'm going to subscribe. Or if you're all about a certain gaming channel, they'll be like, oh, I love this game, I'm going to subscribe to this channel. Tip number 10 is to make content that's part of a series or playlist. The reason you should do this is because if someone clicks on one of your videos and finds out that it's part of a series of videos on that topic, they're going to go through that entire playlist and that entire series watching your videos. For example, let's say you're a Fortnite YouTuber and you make tutorials about the game. And let's say you make a 5-part series where you help people go from beginner to pro within this playlist, and they should watch the full series, because if they do, they'll become the best Fortnite player. This would be an example where someone who's interested in the game will be like, oh, I'm gonna go and watch all these videos because I wanna be a pro player. I wanna go through all this and avoid the hassle and save time and simplify my life and make me better. Going back to that value pyramid. So when you decide to make content, try to make content that's within a series so that way you can get people watching more of your videos. Tip number 11, at the end of every video, always promote your videos or your playlist. And that means using that end card template where you can have someone just click and it goes to the next video or playlist. I do this at the end of every video and it's resulted in thousands of views. So when you finish your video, don't just say, all right, that's the end of the video, thanks for watching, and giving cues that the video's over and they should start clicking off and finding something else to do. What you need to do is when you get to that end, don't say goodbye, don't say anything like that. Say, now if you want to watch this playlist, go and check this out. Immediately just start promoting your own content, because then what's going to happen is people will click on another video. You're telling them where to click instead of them having to guess on the sidebar and click on something else. Keep them going. Find that next video of yours that may be related and promote it, or promote a different playlist so they can get through and watching tons of your videos instead of just one video. Tip number 12 is to optimize your description for search engines. So that first paragraph, you should be writing what the video is about, why the person should click, etc. Not only do desktop users see that little brief text to read before they click on the video, but also your videos do pop up on Google searches. So if you add in words within that YouTube description related to your topic, now I'm not saying spam it, but talk about the topic you're talking on so those keywords come up, Google can pick up on that and recommend your video. So be sure to always optimize that description, talk about what's in the video, add in those keywords while talking about the video, and that will help you rank better, at least on the Google side. Tip number 13 is to add links to your other content within the description. Hey, there's sometimes people are watching a video and they open up the description and they start scrolling through. If you have links to other content that they might be interested in, they might click on that link and open up a playlist and start watching your videos. So in your description, you should have here, if you want to learn more about this, check out this playlist. Here's a playlist on all this kind of stuff. I have like 2 or 3 different playlists that they could click on to start watching more of your content. Tip number 14 and 15 is to update your channel art and your channel trailer. Now, the reason why you'd want to do this is because sometimes people are watching your video and they think, is this channel have other videos about this? I wonder what this channel is all about. They click on your profile, they go to your channel's page, and if they see in your channel art your value proposition and in your channel trailer what your channel's all about, that can persuade people to subscribe. If your channel art is just some mountains, that's not going to get anyone to subscribe. So change your channel art, design it, and make it very clear what your video is about. As a matter of fact, just click on my channel name and go and look at my channel art. You'll see right now it says Master Smartphone Video, and I show examples of my phone and stuff. So show that value proposition. There are people who will subscribe to you on that page if you are willing to show them why they should subscribe right on the front of your page. Tip number 16 is when you see a video perform well, find the next logical follow-up video and create it. For example, for me, I created a tutorial on the InShot video editor and it performed super well. Then what I did was I made the next follow-up video, which was the advanced editing tips within InShot. And so what happened was people would watch that InShot video, and since I made a follow-up on the advanced editing tips, they clicked on that video next. And pretty soon, now they're watching 2 of my videos instead of 1, which gets me more watch time, more views, and actually got more people to subscribe because they were clicking on more of my videos and enjoyed them, so they subscribed. So when you see one of your videos, even if it's just 1,000 views, 10,000 views, you see it starting to go up, start making more of those videos in any way possible, different tutorials, different follow-up videos, etc., because that's going to get you to go up quicker, get more views, watch time, and subscribers. Tip number 17, when a video works, 10x on it. So for example, I made a tutorial video on how to add music to KineMaster, and that video took off. It got like 20, 30, 40,000 views. So when I saw this idea worked, it was obvious that with all the other video editors out there, that there's probably people trying to figure out how to add music. So I went and made the exact same video for each and every editor. Yeah, it was really repetitive, but as a result, I've gotten thousands of more views, and as a result, I've gotten more subscribers from those people who are looking how to add music to iMovie, how to add music to CapCut, how to add music to this. So when you see something works and there are ways to replicate that and use it, go for it. Because if that idea works, just capitalize on it, 10x on it, do as much of that video as you can, do what works. Tip number 18, unless you are an established brand, never start your videos with an intro. Yeah, that first 10 seconds is your chance to hook people. And if you have that weird long intro where the text of your channel's floating around playing dubstep music and all that, that's valuable time. Well, people are watching this weird intro which doesn't have your value proposition. You could have been hooking them into your video. You only have those very few seconds to get people to stay watching. Throw your short intro after you hook the viewer, but never before you've even hooked them. They're gonna click off. So always hook the viewer first, and then you can do your intro. Tip number 19 is to don't tell people to smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, hit the bell notification, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, blah, 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 blah. Nobody does all those things. You're just taking up valuable time from the person who wants to watch your video. Try to stick to one call to action, like getting people to like the video, or just getting people to subscribe, because that's probably more valuable than getting them to like the video. But don't just rant on this long slogan. I see people do it all the time. Even in the intro, they'll just go on about liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's like, dude, get to the action, hook me in. I'm no longer interested, bye. Tip number 20 is to increase your playlist click-through rate by using channel customizations, and let me show you. When you go onto a computer and you customize your channel's homepage, if you select the option to make multiple playlists and then just put one playlist in there with a nice title, it'll actually go over and be within your playlist section. So as you can see here, as I'll show you on the screen, this playlist has a nice title with just the one playlist underneath. So it's not just this weird black square and that's all they have to click on to look at my playlist. It's this nice header right above the playlist to make it very well organized. So I highly recommend doing this, whether you put the playlist on the top of your home section, just do it somewhere so that way when someone does click on the playlist section, they see these nice headers. Tip number 21 is that you need to edit the first 30 seconds of your video super well. And I mean adding text and stock videos, etc. Again, we want to hook that viewer in. We want to get them interested. So we need to be pretty cutty and straight to the point. Get them interested. Do as much things as you can. Whether you edit the rest of the video super well, that first 30 seconds, again, is the most important. You need to hook them, so make sure it's interesting with sound effects or music or etc. Get them interested in the beginning. Tip number 22 is to make zoom in cuts throughout the video. If you can do zoom ins and zoom outs, those different cuts can add different camera angles to your video, will add a little bit more action and interest than if you were to do just a stale video. People are going to get bored, so do some cut-ins and cut-outs, zoom in a little bit, zoom out a little bit, do different things like that to keep people interested. Tip number 23 is to add stock footage to splice up your videos. There's actually a free app you can get called Pexels right on your smartphone or iPad, and you can download free stock footage. It's completely free, so I highly recommend getting Pexels and then just add stock footage or photos throughout your videos to kind of break up your videos, throw in some interest. Highly recommended. Tip number 24 is to study your audience retention graph. And your audience retention graph is basically how long someone stays watching your video. So if you go into your YouTube analytics and look at that audience retention graph, you can see when people jump off your video and when they lose interest. So look at that, see what you're doing. What's going on when people are leaving your video? And then remove that aspect of your video. You might be surprised when people jump off. So find when that is and try to improve your videos so that way people stay watching it till the end. Tip number 25 is to look at your impressions and click-through rate. So your impressions is basically when someone sees your thumbnail for about like 1 second and decides to either scroll past or click. And if they click, that is your click-through rate. And that percentage is compared to how many people saw your thumbnail and whether they clicked or not. Now you need to look at this because if your video is underperforming, it could be that no one's clicking on your thumbnail. So if that's the case, if you're only getting like 10 impressions, 15 impressions, it must mean that YouTube already knows that no one's clicking on this video. So if you can go back and you can change that thumbnail and that title, your impressions could go up and so could your click-through rate because now maybe your thumbnail is more interesting. So always be looking at that and seeing if you need to update your thumbnail or if your thumbnail is performing well. Tip number 26 is that gear will not make your videos better. The content will. It really doesn't matter what gear you use. I'm using an iPhone. You can use an iPhone. What really matters is your content. If your content's interesting, people can forgive poor quality video. People may not be able to forgive bad audio, but you don't need gear. You don't need to spend money. If you want to grow an incredible YouTube channel, just make good content. That's all that matters. Tip number 27 is sub for sub does not work. Please do not do this. It's a complete waste of your time. It's against the YouTube's guidelines. Plus, you end up losing those subscribers because YouTube removes them. And there's no way YouTube's gonna let you be monetized with fake subscribers. They're not stupid. Don't do sub for sub. Tip number 28 is that you need to study the YouTube algorithm. And there's plenty of free resources here on YouTube, but I recommend signing up for a free trial of Audible and getting YouTube Secrets, because this book is great. It's a great book to read to help you learn about YouTube. And plus you can get it for free. You just click my link down below. I am an affiliate, so I receive a commission on qualifying purchases, but you can get a free book and you get to keep it forever, whether you cancel your subscription or not. So use the free resource of Audible. Just get the book and listen to it and improve your YouTube skills. Tip number 29 is to at least sign up for TubeBuddy for 1 month. And here's why. I know I'm promoting a lot of stuff here at the end, but here is why, literally. If you have under 1,000 subscribers, currently you get TubeBuddy for 50% off. So you're only gonna be paying about $4 or $5 for your first month. You can cancel it at any time. But the reason why you wanna just at least get 1 month is because with TubeBuddy, you actually get access to the Creator Summit. Basically, it's a summit created by TubeBuddy and Thinkific, but it is loaded with content from top creators showing you how to grow on YouTube. It's normally a $99 value, and you get it completely free if you have a TubeBuddy subscription. So I would recommend at least getting TubeBuddy just so you can go to that summit and gather all that info from top creators on how to turn YouTube into your business, how to grow and build loyal fan base. Absolutely worth it. I just watched it, found it super insightful. Plus, you may even keep TubeBuddy because it literally helps small creators grow their channels. So I recommend using my link down below. Again, I am an affiliate with TubeBuddy, but I would recommend at least getting it for 1 month just so you can take advantage of those great resources and maybe keep it longer because it's gonna help you grow your channel. And finally, tip number 30 is to just stay consistent and keep going. You don't know if that next video you're about to produce is the one that makes you go viral and you shoot up the ranks. So you have to stay producing content. Plus, the more you produce it, you're gonna improve your quality. You're gonna get better at this. If you are serious about starting YouTube, stay consistent, press on. Whether it takes a year or 5 years, as long as you're improving yourself, you're improving your skills, and you're helping people, that is what matters. Thanks for watching this video. I have more YouTube tips that you can watch in this playlist from me and other creators. And thanks for watching through till the end. Woo! I'll see you guys hopefully over there.